Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Carolyn McGee. I am an angelic life coach, Reiki master teacher, and intuitive healer. I am here every Wednesday at noon Eastern to answer your questions, anything to do with intuition and enhancing your wellness. So please reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook or on my website, carolynmcgee.com. So let's get going. Before I forget, today's date is Wednesday, March 9th, 2016. So I always like to get started with a very brief centering exercise. Today I am being called to actually just pull a card. So I am going to start with that. So let's see what the angels have to say to us to get us centered for this exercise. And these are the cards that I'm using. So here is who popped out. What I'm really being drawn to in this card is how the angel is kind of tapping her on the shoulder. And that's the way angel communication and divine communication works. It's a gentle tap on the shoulder. It is a gentle whisper in your ear. It's that thing that you see over and over and over again, whether it's words or you hear a sound or you see a number. It's something that is reminding you, giving you a message until you actually pay attention to it. One of the wonderful things about being human and being able to live in this physical world, in this physical body, is that we do have free will. And as long as we ask for support from the angels, they will continue to give us hints. They will give us guidance. They will give us big messages if we don't pay attention. And that's what that little reminder is, that little touch on the shoulder to put the card down. See, that little touch on the shoulder is a reminder to pay attention to what's going around you. And another card just fell, well, not really fell out, but kind of popped out, which is reward. And I love that. First of all, I love the energy in this card, the peace, and that's what comes to you, that spiritual connection, all of this purple in here, that comes to you when you do listen, when you follow that little tap on the shoulder and allow that deep connection to come through for you. So today, with that kind of as a precursor message, we are going to be talking about crystals and how crystals can help support you in your journey, help you to awaken, help you to open up and heal a little bit more, deepen your intuition and your faith in it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some basics about crystals, and I do have a few notes, so you're going to see me going off to the side here. So crystals have been used throughout the years for different types of healing. They work with the energy field, and they can move, absorb, or change the energy that's within your body. With crystals, it is, you know what, I'm going to go back for a second first. Everything in the world is based on energy. We are made up of molecules, just like the chair is made up of molecules. My cat, who's sitting in the room with me, is made up of different molecules. And each piece of them come together in a unique way to create whatever that object is, whether the object is me, whether the object is you, or the object is that angel statue that's sitting behind me. Crystals are the same way. They are condensed molecules and matter that come together in a specific way that have a unique vibration. Because they have a unique vibration, they can be used to help us modify our own vibration and bring us back into balance in certain ways. So today what I want to concentrate on is the chakra system, and using crystals to be able to support you in that. I have found it to be very beneficial in my own journey, as well as working with clients to use chakra stones or colors, stones that vibrate to help support clearing in the chakra systems, which just allows us to be more in our body, to have our energy flow better. So let's go from there. So I would like to start, before we get into that, I wanted to talk about just a general stone that almost everybody knows. This is a rose quartz. It is, this one is an uncut piece. You can see it actually looks like a heart, which is one of the reasons that I loved it. Rose quartz vibrates with the energy of love, unconditional love, and it brings peace and joy to community. I use this particular stone in the center of my house, so it helps support love, community, friendship, family. It also will diffuse energy of discord. So I've got a couple of young adult kids. When they're around, they're both in college now, but when they are around, I have noticed when I have a piece of rose quartz in the general family area, that it helps diffuse any disagreements. Not to say that there aren't disagreements, it's just they are more collaborative. They are able to work through their differences in a more kindly and loving manner. So rose quartz is a beautiful stone to be able to use to help you with that. It's also a relationship stone. You can put it in your bedroom if you're trying to keep a relationship running smoothly, or if you're trying to draw in a relationship, it's a great stone to do that. It's also good for peace. I have given a small piece of rose quartz to my mom, and she uses it as a worry stone. It really helps her to feel the love and feel the security and the support that she has with her when she holds on to that small worry stone. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use the energy of crystals to support yourself. Now, so going through the chakra stones, the first stone that I have is red jasper. See, all of the stones that I use for my chakra stones are polished stones. You certainly could use the rough stone, and I'll just hold this back up again so you can see the difference. See how this is considered rough? It's just cut directly from the stone, like it would be. These would be put through a machine or perhaps some type of water to be smooth. And I like to use these just because they don't chip. I can carry them in my pocket. It's easier to do it that way. If I'm working with a client and I want to actually put it on their body in the area of the chakra, it just feels safer. I think that that's the energy. So it's not as rough. There's no jagged points on it. So as I mentioned, this is red jasper. Red jasper would be associated with the root chakra. The root chakra is all about foundation, how you fit into your tribe, and just really feeling safe in the world. So the color is red, which matches that. And again, I made myself some notes, so you're going to see me looking off to the side here. Red jasper also vibrates with healing, feeling overburdened and old wounds. These may be soul wounds from previous lives or from your family of origin. It brings a sense of security and inspires strength. Again, that has to do with being where you are in your tribe and in having that sense of safety. It also brings just an awareness of everything that's around you. Oftentimes we can get into that fight or flight mode, which has to do with how safe we feel going out into the world. So red jasper can help you just feel more confident and safe in where you are right now. It brings up feelings of happipiness and security, and also motivation. A lot of times if you are stuck in that area of your body, the solar or the root chakra, and you don't have the energy to move forward, this can kind of help open up that energy and help you to move forward a little bit more. Another thing that it can do is that it can release stress and help you release anxiety. Where you feel anxiety is typically lower down in the root chakra and in the solar plexus, so this can kind of help open that up and allow the energy to flow a little bit clearer. And it also helps to cleanse the area, so that you can heal and move the energy better. So those are some of the ways that red jasper can help support you in healing. So not only is the color important, but it's also the energetic properties of the stones. Now, the next piece is orange calcite. So because it's orange, it resonates with the sacral, and the properties of it are, it helps balance the energy between the body and the soul. The sacral area is where you are really coming into your own, where you're starting to separate a little bit from your family, from your tribe. You're coming into your own identity. You're opening up your creativity. So that's what the orange is for there. It also, it opens up your energy to new activities. It helps to reduce stress. Again, you oftentimes in your body, at least I know I do, I feel the stress and anxiety in my sacral area. That's kind of the lower part of my body is where I will find it. So orange calcite will help you to reduce that. It helps acceptance with new ideas. So that's another area. It helps remove patterns of restriction. So as you're starting to transition your energy from that foundational piece in the root and into your own identity, your own creativity, this is a stone that can help you in that area. It is also good for helping you to figure out what your true path is and how you fit in the world. Again, as you're starting to separate out a little bit, it's a great stone, separate out energetically. It's a great stone to kind of help magnify that energy. It also will help you connect deeper with your intuition and helps with feelings of despair or depression. So a great stone to support yourself there. And as we go through these, there's a lot of different stones that you can pick. These are just some examples of stones that I have. And for today, we're just going to go through one example for each chakra system. But you can find any red stone that resonates with you. If you just go to a metaphysical shop or even look online, trust your intuition. Believe that when you get that kind of feeling of, ooh, that feels good for me, that's the right stone for you. Some of my favorite stones that I have purchased over the years have been, oops, just checking for questions here. Thought I saw somebody raising their hand. Some of my favorite stones have been stones that I ordered over the internet. and they work really beautifully. I have a fabulous necklace that I use on a regular basis. It's quartz. We'll get to quartz in just a little bit here, and then we can. I'll talk about the energy of that. Okay, so the next stone that I am going to talk about is citrine. So citrine is yellow. Citrine can be used also for the sacral, but as I mentioned, we're just going to go through one for each here, and I'm going to be talking really about the energy of citrine as it's associated with the solar plexus. So with this, it's very effective against depression. You know, depression can be coming from the energy that you've got in in self-empowerment, how you're setting your boundaries or not. So citrine is a good stone to be able to help you with that. It also is a great stone for self-destructiveness. A lot of times when we don't feel like we're in our power, we don't really feel strong in our bodies, that's when we start doing self-destructive behavior, addictive behavior. And citrine is a great stone to be able to help you support change in that area of your life. It also helps you to build up your own personality, your self-identity, who you are, how you fit in the world, and how you're going to bring that forth into the world. It supports change. This is the area, the last full chakra in your body. It's the area where you're going to be breaking into the heart. It helps you to change behaviors. It helps you to allow yourself to step out more into the world. It helps you with spiritual guidance and new directions and different ways to express yourself into the world. It supports confidence, expression, creativity. This is kind of the crossover between the solar plexus and the sacral. It also has to do with business success. If you, just in general with citrine, if you have a business, it's a good idea to use citrine to draw in money, draw in clients. It's a really powerful magnetizer for pulling in that type of energy. And also, it's great for self-healing. So if you are feeling a little bit challenged in your body, you know, that solar plexus area in the upper belly, it can help cleanse that area, open up the energy, allow it to flow a little bit better. Okay, so now there are a lot of different green stones. This particular one happens to be a piece of jade. I love it for healing. For the heart area. So now we're starting to move into the fourth chakra area, where everything comes together. Your upper chakras meet at the heart, your body chakras come up and meet at the heart, and jade is great for bringing balance, liberation, and calmness. You know, when you feel comfortable and calm in your heart, and when your heart is open, then it's easier for you to clearly bring forward all of that energy through your heart, using that as the portal to use your expression, self-expression. It also helps with clarity of feelings so that you can release some anxiety, be really clear about what your intentions are, what are valid points, and what are points that are perhaps coming from a place of fear. It's really good about that. It also helps to release old wounds, you know, damage and pain, distress from old wounds. It will help clear that out so that you are reacting from the now. You're being present rather than reacting from something that has happened to you in the past and making an association with that. It's also great for magnifying forgiveness and mercy. And those are two really, really beneficial ways to, or energies that we really want to have in our hearts, no matter what. And it helps with change. So those are some great things. It also can help you with inner peace and intuition and knowledge. All of these things are very important when you want to lead a heart-centered life, when you are leading with your heart, taking all of the energy, all of the circumstances going on in your life and pulling them through your heart to be a heart-centered individual in all of your interactions. It can help with self-understanding, again, great for the heart, and self-love. It's really important for us to be able to feel self-love, to feel comfortable in who we are, because then we can be of higher service to other people. Okay, moving on to the throat. Here we go. The stone that I like to use for the throat chakra, or one of the stones, is Lapis Lazuli. And it is really good for calming. You know, a lot of times when you're nervous, you feel like a tightening in your throat and you feel like it's hard to speak. Lapis lazuli is really good for kind of calming you, giving you greater confidence. It also helps to stimulate your brain so that you're calmer when you're thinking. Again, when you've got this calmness going through your entire energetic system, it's much easier to speak clearly. It helps you to be a little bit more balanced. Again, it's really important that you take all of the information from your body through your heart and then meld it in with your upper chakras before you speak it out, so that you're being calm, you're being confident, and you're being heart-centered in what you put out into the world. It also is great for truth. And truth is, heart-centered truth is always the best method of expression. So if you can use this stone to amplify the vibration of truth, it will help you to speak that, even when it is very, very challenging, because sometimes the truth can be hard, but speaking the truth and being in integrity and honesty in all of your relationships will help you to grow and will just help whoever you're trying to have that conversation with. And it helps with concentration, wisdom, honesty, as we already mentioned, self-expression, and it's also another good stone for cleansing. So if you have blockages in your throat, if you're feeling like there's some energy is not moving, you know, during a healing, if you're using Reiki, or if you just want to put it on yourself, you can kind of leave it here, and it will help open up the energy and move it through. Okay, so now the next one I like to use for the third eye, amethyst. Amethyst is one of my favorite stones. It's a very high vibrational stone, and it will help you. First of all, it's purple, so it goes in with that indigo kind of color that's up there. It helps concentration. It will help you balance. Like if you've got kind of a mental or an emotional imbalance, which can block your third eye, perhaps you've got some fears going on what you're going to see or not see, insecurities, amethyst is really good for help to clear that. It will open up energy, so that's always really positive and beneficial. It will help remove fears of the future, which again, a lot of times with the third eye, when you are trying to connect in with energy and receive, we have a fear of what we're going to see. Amethyst will help you to clear that so that you can move forward in a lighter manner and really be able to receive the energy that's going to be beneficial for you. It also can help from psychosomatic disorders, which is very, very important up in this part of your brain. It can help you to release the energies of that. It also is great for initiating the flow of cosmic energy. Isn't that what the third eye is all about? That's pretty awesome, right? It helps to bond the human spirit and the soul, and it will remove energetic blocks, which is, again, really great for the third eye. And it will also help you to strengthen your purpose and provide peace and balance. So again, amethyst is a great stone for working in that part of your body. Now for the crown chakra, there's a lot of different stones that people use. I really love working with clear quartz. Clear quartz is a magnifier. So anything that is coming in, I can actually feel my top of my head vibrating right now, just holding this in my hand. So it is a vibrational magnifier. So when you use this, any energy that is coming in, any divine downloads is just going to be amplified. So the energy is going to be easier for you to read in your body, and for you to be able to understand and decode. It also will help you to release emotions that are no longer serving you. It supports clear hearing and helps you to overcome any kind of fears that you might have in general, but also specifically related to connecting with spirit and with the universal energy. And it's great for opening up to the energy of goal setting, which for me is all about connecting. That's one of my goals in life, is to be a clear channel and to connect deep with that. It's great for purifying and cleansing. It has a lot of energy of peace, relaxation, reducing stress. And those are characteristics that I have found get in the way of me being a clear channel, of me really being able to receive. So when I am completely open, when my energy is clear, when I am focused, when I magnify my ability to receive, it's much easier for me to be that channel and send through information to be of service to my clients and to the people that need me. So I hope that that was beneficial for you. I have one last piece that I wanted to talk about. This here is hematite. And hematite is a great grounding stone. It has a lot of energy of clearing in it. So it's also magnetic. And I wear this ring to help me keep my energy in my body. Being a light worker, I can have the tendency to sometimes get a little bit too much into my head. I'm too busy receiving up here, and then I'm not in my body to bring it forth and out into the world. So I'm very conscious of that, and I do have these tools that I use, hematite being one of them, to help me keep my energy in my body so that I can be of service and I can actually manifest all of those fabulous ideas that have come through to me. Now, so that is the information that I have for you on crystals. I do have a couple of questions that came through, so I am going to go to those. Hold on one sec. Okay, I got a question from Jacqueline, who says she was just told yesterday that her son's girlfriend's mother is moving out of state. She's taking her younger daughter with her and leaving behind her older daughter. And the father has passed away. She wants to know any advice that we can give to her and if she's going to be okay. So, great question. And I am guided to go to the Ascended Masters deck. Let's see what they have to say about this. First of all, I have to say that I'm hearing that she's going to be okay. So let's see what additional information we can get. What I'm really drawn to in this is all of the golden light and the light coming out of the forehead. So what I'm feeling is that she has got a lot of boundary things that she needs to work on, and it's probably, you know, be a little bit difficult for her to do that separation, to set up boundaries, to really feel who she is for herself, especially if her mom is moving, taking one family member and not taking her. It may be the daughter's choice, I don't know, but it feels like there's a big separation going on here. And allowing her to have the tools to really understand what's her energy, what is her mother's energy, and how she can strengthen that, how she can learn easier to say the word no when something is not appropriate for her, and to really be able to express herself more, you know, that divine connection here with all of the energy coming through here. So let me see what else. Okay, another card. Again, there is a lot of yellow in this card. So it does feel like she has got the strength. Look at this. We've got, you know, a tiger standing by too, which is, for me, is all about empowerment. And really being strong and independent. They're very, very independent creatures. So it does feel, and a lot of heart energy here too. If you notice that there's a lot of movement, which is positive. So if she goes with the flow versus trying to fight this, it feels like it will be much easier for her. The green being a heart energy, if she tries to keep her heart open, does not become bitter, it will be much easier for her. And I am feeling like we need, okay, another card. Now it's interesting that this card came through. Normally the words don't mean a lot to me, but this time they're really, really resonating. I'm actually getting chills all the way through my body. I know you mentioned that her father has passed. So in this particular case, it may be your son and your husband that are supporting her through this, so that she does have that male energy. She feels protected. She feels grounded. She feels like she has the support system that she needs in order to start this new phase of her life. Again, my initial reaction the minute I read your note was that she's going to be fine. So I hope that that was beneficial for you. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Okay. And looks like that is it for our questions for today. So I would like to close with another card. The angels have a sense of humor. I just have to tell you that. Okay, so this is the card that came through for our closing. Isn't that beautiful? Crystals. So crystal energy, and actually energy of any way, shape, or form can be utilized to help us support our growth, support change, support healing in our bodies. There's a lot of fabulous information out there on crystals through the internet, on you know, in books, classes. If you're really feeling drawn to it, feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, and I can support you as best I can. But crystals really, they have made a tremendous difference in my life in helping me to be able to focus. I am a very physical, tangible type of individual. And for me, having something, going back to my red Jasper here, having something to hold on to helps me to focus. As I mentioned, I use the rose quartz as kind of a centerpiece, grounding piece in my home. I have suggested that to other clients, and they have done the same thing. I have a client with 3 young boys, and she put a very large piece of rose quartz in the center of her home, and she noticed the same thing, that they're kind of settling down, easier flow of communication, and much more cooperative. So the changes can be quite profound when you utilize crystals to help support yourself. So I thank you all for watching, and I will be back next week. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, carolynmcgee.com or Carolyn McGee Intuitive Coach on Facebook. And if you'd like to email, I'm always happy to hear from people. That is carolyn@carolynmcgee.com. So have a lovely day, and I will chat with you next week. Mwah.